versus Jaina.
You asked for it. Oh, it is on.
Hello and welcome, Hearthstone lovers. This is Pentaclick eSports Season 2.
Tournament 5.
Yes, Tournament 5. That lovely voice was Donnie, my co-caster for today. My name is, of course, Dante. We'll be your hosts. Donnie, how are you doing?
Well, I'd say glad to be here, but that would mean that I'm glad that I got kicked out of the tournament. No, but I like casting, so at least something's in for me.
Okay, we are gonna commentate match LittleKaty against Outterest, Mage versus Mage. It seems Reno Mage
Against
versus
Tempo Mage. It's not really Tempo Mage. The two shadows kind of look like Mech Mage, but like the Flame Cannon gives it away, as well as the Arcane, like this Tempo Mage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting that like Reno Mage decides to run a Falnos. Obviously, you have a really lot of flex slots in the Reno Mage. It's pretty diverse, actually. It's pretty interesting to see. So yeah, what do you think about this matchup?
I don't know. I haven't seen Reno Mage that a lot, but I guess it's classical aggro versus control in a way, because Reno Mage is gonna be the control one, and Tempo is gonna be the aggressor here. So it's all on Outterest. You just survive, live long enough, get those echoes on Sludge Belchers and anti-kill bots, and then at the right time pop the Reno, and he should be good.
Yeah, the one thing that I like to compare it to is Reno Lock, but like the difference between Reno Mage and Reno Lock is that like Reno Mage has a lot better removal. So like already like Tempo Mage struggles against Reno Lock because of how they burst him down, and then they kind of like, if they give it the Reno too big of a heal, they just can't ever get down to health enough. But like Reno Mage even more can handle the board than a Reno Lock, so it's kind of like it's really tough. But currently, Outterest has a lot of healing and not really much board control in his hand, and LittleKaty has a lot of removal options in her hand.
Yes, she does, but she has to think about conserving some of those spells for Archmage, so she will have to play quite smart and be conservative when it comes to spells.
I really hate Archmage Antonidas in Tempo Mage, by the way.
Oh, why is that?
Well, because usually Tempo Mage needs to play really fast, and like Antonidas kind of sits in your hand. You wait for him to have enough spells for yourself, and he's kind of just a dead card. Usually Ragnaros is just a much superior option to play instead of Antonidas.
Yeah, I can see that. I've been in that position most definitely, where you know I have to use those spells right now or I'm gonna die, but then once comes Archmage, he has very little to proc off. But I will say, if LittleKaty can figure out that this is Reno Mage, she will have to play conservative, because because then she won't have any burst left to finish off the enemy after all those heals.
I think LittleKaty should have some kind of insight by now. I mean, the card combination is really weird between Blood Mage Falnos, Flame Cannon, and the Water Elemental. Now she sees Ethereal Conjurer, which, by the way, doesn't have really good spell options right now. I think Iceberg is decent if you want to like play for health conservation. But yeah, I think LittleKaty should have an small insight as to what that deck is currently. And
Arcane Explosion.
I can't get behind that. Why would you pick Arcane Explosion? I'm pretty sure you run other board clears in your deck.
I don't know. plus dealing 1 damage to everything doesn't seem that powerful. It's not like super aggro, like this is not Hunter. So I don't know the decision making. Maybe he has Archmage himself and he just wants to use that as a proc.
Oh, that's
Maybe-
true, yeah, that's a good point.
That's the only thing I can come up with, to be honest.
LittleKaty is putting on hurt though. Like, she has a sick board, and even that Nerbar Red board is being really annoying for Outterest right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of minions on the board. At this point, LittleKaty has to hope that by turn 7, Outterest doesn't have board clear, doesn't have flame strike. But yeah, she's bringing on the hurt.
I think this was kind of weird. I guess that LittleKaty didn't want to commit that hard on the spells, but after the missiles missed so hard, she figured out she has to like go all in. And this Nerba Redboard's preventing the Reno. This is amazing.
Yeah, that drop was very nice for Katie. It prevents
Is it
Reno.
just like GG? She's one off. She's one off, right? No, she's 2 off.
Yeah, she's 2 off because yeah, she's gonna use in-gang boss to clear the token, and she can deal 4 damage. Yeah.
What do you do here? Like, you have nothing, right? You're hoping for Flame Strike, and even that's not
Yeah.
enough because the shit will spawn an imp. So you
Yeah,
actually
that-
Blizzard, and you didn't get it.
Yeah, and you cannot Reno because it's 8 right now. So suicide it's gonna be.
What a nice finish.
Man!
Well, congratulations to LittleKaty for pulling this, I would say, like, game out of the underdog position, because I think the Rio mage should be favored, but the hand was just too bad, I guess. And I don't know. And that Nerba Red Lord, let's not forget about that card.
Yeah, I think the Weblord won her that game, just blocking off Reno. That was painful to see. But yeah, congratulations to LittleKaty. As we are waiting for the next match to begin. Yeah, she could apply a lot of pressure, and her opponent could not deal with it. He didn't have the tools. But we are loading into the next game as we are speaking, so bear with us a little bit longer as the players do some strategic thinking.
Yeah, do you have like, do you have the lineup, per chance? Because I don't.
Give me a second. And Outterest is Mage, Rogue, Druid. LittleKaty has Mage, Druid, Priest. So we just saw Mage versus Mage. LittleKaty, of course, cannot use her Mage anymore.
I think Druid's the best for Katie right now to pick. I think she figured out that has to be Reno Mage due to the lack of plays, and I think Druid matches up fairly well against that. She could pick a Priest, but I think like Priest is the deck you want the most games with to like find some consistency and like get a little bit of data on maybe your opponent's decks. So I think she should save the Priest for last. Meanwhile, I'm not sure what Outterest is gonna play, but anything's fine. I think LittleKaty is the one who has to make the tougher decision right now.
Okay, we have to take a little break. Both players have client issues. They crashed to desktop, so they are restarting there.
Luckily, not during the match. Otherwise, we have some little like issues here concerning the scores and whatnot.
Yeah, well, but yeah, as you said, luckily it's been between matches, so it's all gonna be just sorted out right in a couple of seconds. Hold on, folks. We are gonna be resuming our tournament. Just as soon both players log in.
I mean, we can talk about like the upcoming standard wild changes while we're at it.
So yeah, for those who don't know, and that number is 0. I think that's.
No, scratch that. Abort during the match.
Okay,
we can do that later.
We're gonna come back to that. Yes, they have issued challenges to each. I am loading into the game as we speak.
Oh, Druid Mirrors, I love this matchup.
Yes, Druid versus Druid, LittleKaty versus Outterest. We continue our tournament.
Harrison's interesting for Outterest. Makes me wonder if that may be a single combo Druid. LittleKaty looks like a standard double combo right now with Azure Drakes.
He might not have loaded. He might have substituted Harrison for loaded. I find that those cards are interchangeable. It's depending on the meta and what you expect.
Okay, so it's like the Harrison for the Patron or for the like Secret Paladin matchup? Because the Secret Paladin matchup, I don't think Harrison's that good. I think it's just too clunky of a card. You play it and then you fall immediately behind.
I think this is a counter card for any potential warriors Outterest might find himself playing against. If he can manage to get that far, we'll see.
Wild Growth detected. Do you play it though? It looks like you're playing a Shade though. You do have the option if you Wild Growth, you could play a 5 and then Force End the next turn after, but he does. But LittleKaty does choose to go for the Shade of
I think that the faster you can develop the Shade, the better. That's a card that needs time.
Isn't ramp like a higher priority because now you're kind of ramping next turn hero pairing, and I guess you get your Force End, but the Force End like is reducing good stuff, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Like I think you had more options if you played the Wild Growth the turn before. Think about it, like you get a cheaper Shade, you can develop it after the Force End, and what the Druid's only response to the Stealth Shade is Azure Swipe, so...
Yeah, I guess so. It's a problem with Shade is the longer it's in your hand, the less time it will have to develop. Now of course LittleKaty ramps and goes face while keeping her Shade cloaked. But because at some point you just find that Shade will not do enough if you let it sit long enough in your hand. So the sooner you can get it out of your hand, the better. Plus, in this situation, it paid off because it's gonna be go Shade versus Shade, and her having a turn up on the enemy Shade can make all the difference.
This is a really painful coin. Outterest really hoping to draw into either like another 5-drop, which the Druid does have enough of, or an Innervate. Meanwhile, Katie, well, I'm not sure. Do you actually like play Force End? I think you play Force End, right? And I think you trade the Shade for the 5/4. Make Outterest have like a response to the Force End because the Shade by itself is not enough.
Yeah, I would argue. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that's the line of reasoning. Like, I didn't see anything much she can do otherwise. That makes a whole lot of sense. So will she attack that? It's the question of the day.
Well, the only reason that would make her withheld is that she does have 2 Savage Warrior in hand, but I think like the prospect of having the Force and maybe survive another turn is like worth sacrificing the Shade.
Yeah, plus at this point, if Outterest decides to deal with Thorsan, he kind of he's using inefficiently his resources. So
yeah, most notably exactly mana.
Yes, so yeah, I think revealing Shade at that point was the right choice. Right now, I guess Azure cycle those cards. She doesn't have the second piece of the combo, so. And not that she can much play, plus Druid the Clock can use as a charger if needed be, so of course. Cycling, Agent of War, I would assume probably one copy.
Little bit of unstandard these days, I found out, but pretty good in tournaments, the tournament scene also.
Yeah, I find tournaments are usually slower, so having slower cards that allow you to survive makes sense.
Well, Outterest is just looking at his cards and thinking, where was my Wild Growth or in the raid? Because his curve is in tatters right now.
So, do you swipe or do you play piloted shredder?
Well, I think like I'm not sure. I dig the Lothab really, but because like it's turn 8, probably the Lothab's gonna make LittleKaty's play a little bit inefficient, and it might establish a board position for him. Swipe just gets you so behind our board. LittleKaty develops a minion next turn. Lore's probably not going to challenge that too well. It's a mess. Does go with the Shredder. I kind of dig the Lothab play, honestly, but I don't know.
I don't think just Lothab does enough at this turn. Like, there's nothing that you, spell-wise, that you're afraid of dealing with, of blocking with Lothab. Going into turn 9, of course, that makes... Oh, but she has those discounts. I completely forgot about that. But still, it does... Anyway, I like the Shredder play. I think he made the right play. I don't think Swipe is particularly efficient at this point, and he needs establish a presence. So playing something sticky like piloted Shredder, I think for me at least makes the most sense. Agent of War, I think this is. I don't think this is this requires any thinking.
Well, you saw one keeper, and it makes the Agent of War exactly pretty scary.
MC tag, a tech-heavy deck for Outterest.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it might just be a single combo druid. With a lot of tech cards jammed in.
Yeah, I think you might be right between Lothab, Harrison Jones, and MC tech. That's a lot of tech cards. So Lothab finally is being played, though. LittleKaty 2-shade running, also not the most standard of choices.
Really?
So what do you do here? I think you oh, she actually swipes.
Yeah, I like to swipe. What else are you gonna do? I mean, you could like a Druid, Shade, and you think you trade the Drake and hero power to Lothab? I think the swipe's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like this.
I maybe
keeps the break around for like you have I don't know. I just think the swipe. It was a pretty good response, and you still have the same amount of board presence.
Yeah, that's a good point. I maybe just have spent a second more about developing the shade, but your reasoning makes complete sense. So we are in Outterest turn. He is still playing from behind, slowly but surely losing the health and getting very close to being just burst down.
Actually, what options does he have? Does he have any at this point? Like, from a caster's perspective, we still both hands. What is the play that gets him back into the game? Because we're, 2 Savagers is lethal right now, and he has to remove at least 1 minion for that to not be lethal.
No, he's gonna go for the removal, as you said. Gonna develop that MC tech. We'll see what's gonna from piloted an owl. Not gonna be too much of a use. So. Where we at?
Druid, Savage is lethal. So
yeah,
LittleKaty is up 2-0 right now.
Where shall I strike?
Yep. Here's that cat. Here's those 2 Savages. And that's gonna be another point for the LittleKaty. Outterest couldn't find his footing in this game. Was playing from behind for... I think this at the very start, once the shade dropped from LittleKaty, he was
the Wildgrowth. It was just a ramp. Like, Outterest didn't find a single innervade Wildgrowth or any ramp like that, ultimately. Like, in Druid Mirrors, that's all it comes down to. Like, Katie did get the just ramp and out tempo with every minion she played.
Right you are, Donnie. Right you are. She was able to get that ramp, and that sealed the deal. So...
Doshi is on Priest now, and that deck is known to tank a little bit. I wish her the best for the upcoming matches, but I think at least, like... at least against the Reno Mage, the Priest should have a good time.
Yeah, I think that's the matchup where LittleKaty will...
it's not Control Priest. I'm kind of surprised. I was probably expecting Control Priest, but it is in fact Dragons.
Well, there's debate going on. What's better, Dragon or Control Priest? A lot of people say that Dragon is just better because it's more versatile. Although I've been seeing a lot of people just loving that in Tomb.
Well, you do run into him in Dragon Priest these days, I've seen.
But I mean, like, when I say, okay, the double Tomb, some double Holy Nova, sometimes even double Light Bomb, like just just very heavy on those.
The hand for Katie is pretty damn good though.
Yeah, but yeah, going
Not
into
against
the
Rogue, not against Rogue, mind you, but it's pretty damn good.
Well, then I think she will have some time to develop some kind of a board to cycle those that powerful shield, maybe even get her 4-drop without too much trouble. If she can fight that dragon.
I like this play that Outterest did. Could have backstepped, but it's probably better to save the backstep for the SI7 combo.
Yeah, because since he has both those two parts. But LittleKaty is gonna protect her Northshire Cleric with that shield, and there's a Ysera, so our Twilight Guardian will be able to be buffed. But here we do see the combo SI7 on the board, hit with the dagger to finish it off, and Northshire falls.
Well, here Katie has two options. She can either Shadow Word Pain the SI7, or she could con a Twilight Drake. I'm not sure which is stronger, but considering you have the second Northshire Cleric, you probably want to develop the Twilight Guardian to get a cycle engine going. Yeah, and she goes just for that.
I think she also must be think that the enemy run a Violet Teacher, and we do see that he does. So having that Shadow Word Pain for the Twilight, for the Violet Teacher, is something she wants to. And if he's gonna play, he's gonna be he's gonna be mad. This is.
Yeah, I actually wonder why do you play the Violet Teachers? Is it because he challenged the Twilight Guardian? Because it doesn't really challenge it. Not if it would trade for the SI7. So why not play Shredder? It seemed like a better option actually. Because you want to get value after your Violet Teacher anyway. You probably want to use it when you have like prep combos going and whatnot.
Yeah, he doesn't have spell, and this is the perfect target for Shadow Word Pain. So I'm not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he played it. Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, LittleKaty deals with the board very easily, and it's sitting in a nice spot. And we do see that Outterest doesn't have anything
that
can
Prepidal is huge,
deal.
though. That Prepidal is really huge. Basically would allow him to eviscerate if he drew into it, or sap if he needs it, so that preparation is spot on right now.
Yeah, and that Sprint is bound to draw something, I would think. So it's LittleKaty, you could develop Northshire and start a healing engine, though the Azure Drake is kind of sitting there, and at least the impulse against playing Rogue is to deal with every minion that comes, so that oil doesn't get proc.
I'm pretty sure you definitely trade here if you're Katie. And the heal probably means she doesn't do it. Maybe she wants to draw into something. Double Light Bomb, okay.
And she decides to ignore and go face. Okay, so there's a Blade Fury. Not quite what Outterest needs right now, so yeah, prep Sprint. There's the sap.
And there's the sap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the not trading was really punished by this sap. And that's what I said, you had either the option to draw a sap or eviscerate. You didn't draw an eviscerate, but the sap really punished the not trading. You get the free Northshire here, and you actually still can't deal with the Azure Drake here unless you want to use a Light Bomb. You probably don't want to.
Yes, LittleKaty valued her board more than she valued. She respected the Azure Drake and got punished for it. So I guess he'll replay the Twilight Drake. I guess the Twilight
Guardian. I'm not opposed to playing. No, you would still like play probably Guardian and Wormrest Agent then. Curve looks really weird though. This is your last minions. Like if Outterest commits to Tinker Oil Blade for you here, Katie's gonna have a hard time getting board back.
No, he's thinking about Sludge Belcher right now.
Sludge Belcher in the first place is pretty interesting in Oil Rogue.
Yeah. No, but I don't think that's uncommon. I have seen it. But yeah, Outterest is gaining a better position than he was a couple of turns ago. And LittleKaty is now.
That's that Corruptor though. Like let's him clear the board. Have a 3-4 and a 5-4 afterwards on the board. It's pretty strong.
Yeah, and I think if she learned anything is that don't let those minions live. I think you clear here. I don't think that's even a debate.
Well, I mean, the rogue is at 16. You can like put him to 8, but how are you gonna finish him? And
yeah.
You do have 2 light bombs that you have to use somehow. So I guess I can see a world where you would probably like maybe ignore the board. Doesn't decide to.
Yeah, she goes the safe way.
I honestly would have thought that was a ballsy play that would have supported it to some degree, but this is fine. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, I just think if you let Rogue live with his minions, let Outterest just have what he had on the board. Oil Rogue has a tendency to just turn around the game and deal a lot of damage in one turn, so I don't think you want to risk that, especially if you're Priest. You're completely fine.
I think you're fine when you're at max 30 health, and you have to somehow use these light bombs. If they're gonna stick in your hand too long, you're just gonna get behind while trying to like make use of them.
Sure, yeah, I do see that side of the argument. But anyway, we continue our match. It's LittleKaty's turn again. We just saw Outterest play Oil after part of the Shredder and dealing with that Guardian. But the second Guardian is in hand.
Consider.
I think
Do you
I think yes. Like, why would you want to leave that 7 damage minion there? Like, I think having your 5/4 is a lot more valuable than having death in your hand.
Depends, like, if you put him on boom, but like, yeah, that's what light bombs are for, I guess.
Oh, now Outterest will be able to double dagger. Not anymore.
Double dagger too dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want the dual wielding rogue. So here we are. Another Twilight Guardian is played by LittleKaty. We will see token spawns with Violet Teacher. She could play Violet, then Sap, deal with the then maybe Blade Fury, so that she
Deadly and Blade Fury. That's what I like.
Pay attention, class.
Yeah, he's gonna leave Sap in his hand. Yeah, as you predicted.
Sap's just like so good against the Sarah when it comes down.
So you could light bomb and then play a 3-drop, probably a Blackwing Technician. You could also play Ysera since you saw one Sap already go. Of course, we do know that Outterest has the second Sap in his hand. And LittleKaty decides to go for Ysera.
Well, at the worst case scenario, she just gets a dream. She just gets a dream card. Maybe it's Ysera awakens and the game is over. Sadly, it's a dream. Well, sprint, interesting. I would have probably used this opportunity to develop a larger board because you're sapping Ysera for sure. And then you need to push out. And then you need to push out a lot of damage on the following turn, just in case, you know, you'd want to replay your Sarah again.
But without a sprint but without a preparation, sprint is a clunky card. So I think just sapping and blank sprint makes complete sense. Okay, what is happening?
The alternative was you'd play Belcher, Irvin Ring, sap, and then you have the sprint for next turn.
Okay, it seems Outterest goes all in and hopes that LittleKaty doesn't have Ysera awakened. So we do know that she doesn't, but that light bomb is there. And there's also a pain, so she will be able to deal with the whole board if she chooses to. And I think she should.
Doesn't have to use the pain. She can just light bomb, use Ysera on the Violet teacher, and then play a free drop.
Yeah. Yeah. A little pain on Ysera.
Yeah, that's the side of the healer, which is kind of interesting.
And the second dream card is another dream. Dreams for days. Fan and eyes.
Dreamception.
You proud of yourself? You're proud of that?
Not really. Do you consider like finally killing this Ysera? Because LittleKaty is giving them the option to. I think Eviscerate, Deadly Poison there wasn't too much, like, too forced.
Well, he opted for heal. He could have done that, but he opted for heal.
Yeah, I think you have to get rid of these dream cards, put back the Belcher in the hand, instead of, like, leaving up the 1-2. I'm not sure, I don't like this. What are you saving the dreams for?
I don't know, yeah, like, what's gonna... Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think, yeah, dreaming the Belcher was the right play, as you said. But LittleKaty made me know something that we don't, and she opted not to do so. So she's on 8 man, and the question is what she's gonna do next. I think playing the Dark Cultist makes complete sense right now.
Yeah, so I think you actually played Black Wing as well.
Just...
Yeah, now you have the problem that Ysera is hitting a 1-2 and you're dreaming, like this is complete nonsense. Absolute nonsense. You're dreaming the free which has a relevant battle cry, it's cheaper to play instead of, like, I didn't think she felt that move through early.
Yeah, like, maybe LittleKaty understood her mistake, that she should have dreamed, maybe she realized it. And another dream! What are the odds? Well, it's 1 in 7, right?
Around 1 in 15. No, it's 5 dream cards. Dream,
Well,
Ysera Awakens, Nightmare,
so
Laughing
it's-
Sister, and Emerald Drake.
So it's 1 in 25. 1 in 125 that you get 3 dreams in a row.
Is that how probability works, really?
Well, it's 1 in 5 times 1 in 5 times 1 in 5. So it's 5 cubed. 1 in 125.
Alright.
That's a little math lesson for all you math nerds out there as we continue our game.
Too soon.
Azure Drake into poison into Abyss face.
It's close, but no cigar. Missing
Yeah.
a little bit of damage here. I don't know how he's gonna get that damage though, because this Drake is gonna die, and well, Flurry is lethal, I guess. You flurry, then you dagger up and you hit face, but the Holy Nova is gonna prevent that. So I don't know how Outterest wants to win this from here on out.
Well, he went all in. He decided to go, okay, I'm gonna commit as much as I possibly can to dealing as much damage as I possibly can. But yeah, Holy Nova heal is gonna put LittleKaty out of Blade Fury range. Okay. Plays the Shrink Master to develop a bigger board. Ysera Dark Cultist hit face. And the second and the fourth dream card. Okay. Got that's 100. That's 1 in 625. That has to be a bug. Those odds are insane.
LittleKaty is just like gonna pick the book out of Firebat's repertoire there.
Yeah. Okay, another fan of knives, plus Sap Ysera, and a big ass Edwin Van Cleave.
That's gonna get dreamed like 3 turns in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, what Outterest doesn't know that LittleKaty is well prepared for this.
Well played.
Well, I think you also have to like dream the Falmouth here, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's a point to leaving both of them. You have those two dreams. Plus, yeah.
I think you double dream your Sarah and get another dream in your hand, and then double dream the next turn again.
Let me change.
Or maybe, or she decides to heal herself and develop the Cabal.
I don't know about this, but I guess it plays around the second oil. In fact, if like Outterest running a second oil.
The Brotherhood shall come.
I think you missed a backstab there, my friend.
Yep, and he gives up.
Well played.
So LittleKaty's gonna take it 3-0 against Outterest. Congratulations to LittleKaty.